you. So in this video we will discuss about procedures in Snowflake. Okay, like in one of my video I have just told you a sample anonymous block and procedure, but in this video we'll discuss further details about procedures in Snowflake. Okay, so first of all, to work with procedure, what I have done, I have created one table. Okay, this table is called select start from customers. So this table, if you see, this table is having how many records? 100 records. Okay, and the data in this table, how I have generated this data in this table, what I have done, Snowflake wherever you are creating any of your Snowflake account, so it will provide some sample data. Okay, it will this data base would be provided by Oracle. Inside this schema there is a table called customer, but as this table is having around 150k record okay, so what I have done, instead of processing this much amount of record, what I have done, I have created one replica table of this customer table inside my db01 sca01 with having 100 records. Now let's come to procedure. So the SQL construct to create procedures in Snowflake is create or replace procedure, procedure name. Okay, I have provided this procedure, and this is my input parameter. Now, this is the data type of my input parameter. Now, to while creating any of your procedure in Snowflake, this returns keyword is mandatory. Okay, and the data type of this return keyword is also mandatory. Okay, first thing. Second thing, the language in which you are writing your procedure, it is also mandatory, because in Snowflake you can write your procedures in JavaScript also. Okay, so after that what we have done, if you compare the same with your Oracle procedures, so in Oracle, while creating your procedure, this section is not mandatory. Okay, but in Snowflake this section is mandatory. So inside this declare section, what we have to do, you have to create provide your variable names. Okay, now let us create this procedure. Okay, so first let me try to comment this section. Okay, now let me compile it. You see, I have just compiled this procedure. Okay, now after compilation, let me first try to run this. So it will return null. Okay, because I have just provided this default values to this return keyword. Okay, now after that, let me uncomment this section. So what you will see here, what I have done here, select these columns into these my variables. Okay, from my table, and this is my input parameter. Now if you are using any, I can say that any of variable in Snowflake. Okay, so to assign those value, what you have to do, inside execution section of your procedure, you have to use this double columns. Okay, without this double columns, it will provide you error. Okay, and after that, as the normal in our any of other database. Now, so once you are assigning these values to your these variables, okay, what you do, if you want to print out those values, so this return keyword you can use here. Okay, now after that, what I have done, I have just concatenated these two values for printing out. One more thing, Snowflake doesn't support dbms underscore output dot put underscore line package, which is provided in Oracle, but Snowflake doesn't provide that package. So to print any values, you have to use this return. So one more thing, if you see this returns, and here you have to use return, make sure. Okay, now let me run this. Lord, let me try to execute this. Okay, so it is showing this customer name, and this is customer comment in that column. Okay, now, so one thing, but here you might have noticed, so I'm using this thing, but in case for single customer id it is fine, but in case it is having multiple customers id, okay, then what will happen? Okay, in that case, this way you cannot print anything. Okay, either you have to use some looping concept, okay, for loop and other loop, that we'll discuss in another video, or there is another way to print those values. Okay, what you can do here, if you see here what I have done here, similar thing I have used, without using any customer id. What I have done here, Snowflake supports another keyword in the return. What you can do here, in place of using varchar, what you can do, table type. Okay, so return type would be your table type. Now inside that table type, which type of data you want to return. Okay, we have done these things. Okay, now as similar to other my previous real set, what I have used here, I have used here customer name and all these things. Okay, so now what, so there is no need of this column. Okay, let me uncomment this. Okay, now so Snowflake supports another data type which we call it result set. Okay, it's similar to cursor, but cursor is little bit different than this result set. Okay, so this is the another data type provided in Snowflake. Okay, now what I have done, I have declared this variable and the data of this variable is result set. Now what I have done here, select customer key, customer name from customer C. Okay, and after that what we are doing here, I'm doing here, I'm just printing those values in my result set. Okay, so it is also table function, and after that these value which the values which are coming through these customers table will get assigned to this result variable. Okay, and after that we can print this thing. If you see here, now let me run this. You see here all the data types which it is printing all my values now. So I hope you are able to understand which I am trying to explain here. So in Snowflake, if you have to print the values which are coming from the table, if it is multiple values, okay, in that case you have to use result set. Okay, so let me try to show it to this to you here. Okay. Mm, let me try to first comment this section. Now let me try to run this. Okay. So if you see here, like if I am trying to uh, print values from whole table, okay, or if there is more than one customer ID associated, to what will happen in that case? If you see here, in that case, my normal query bit would not work. Okay, now let me run this. Okay, if you see here, statement error on line 5 at position 0, select into expects exactly one return row but got 100. Okay, so in that case what we can do, if it is returning only one row, then it is fine, but in case it is returning more than one row, then your this statement will not work properly, return statement and everything. Okay, so I hope you all are getting what I'm just trying to explain. In that case you have to use this result set. Okay, and return type would be your table type. So that's all from this video. Thank you.